Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa, Director General of the Ministry, Madan Lal Ramraj, and a team of agricultural officers visited the Mortis Primary School in Maikoni to address the concerns of the residents related to the government's flood relief grants. The minister on Monday said his visit serves to ensure that the issues are addressed appropriately, as many concerns have been raised.
What I came here for this morning is to put a mechanism in place so that those persons who would have had questions, who have queries, want to ensure that they get a fair deal, that's the mechanism I want to put in place here this morning.
The minister explained that the names of the farmers were derived from an assessment done by the agricultural officers to determine their losses.
We had senior persons, we had persons with experience, people who went through the list. A number of meetings were held, various areas they went through. Assessments were done by the extension officers, assessments were done by representatives of the farmers, and based on all those assessments, all those data collections, then we had a final list.
Minister Mustafa informed farmers that the government will conduct more assessments and verifications to ensure that every person who suffered losses and are eligible to receive their grants will do so at an appropriate time. Investigations will be conducted in cases where claims were made of farmers receiving the relief grants without suffering losses. In such cases, the government is seeking evidence so as to properly deal with the issues.
And I want to assure you here this morning, this is an assurance from me, that those persons who would have wrongly assessed will be reassessed to ensure that they receive the correct amount. I will ensure that happens.
Minister Mustafa reiterated that the grants are not a compensation for the losses suffered by the farmers, but aim to help them to get back to their lands.
This is not a compensation, this is a government relief for farmers to get back as quickly as possible to the land. That is our aim, to start back production immediately. Because we know for a fact that the president, our vice president, and the entire cabinet, they are very concerned about the plights of farmers.
The Agri-Minister also took the time to remind the residents of the various categories of relief packages that the government is offering and urged them to assist in this process of ensuring that everyone who was affected gets assistance.
Remember, we are not working with an established register like the school cash grant that are rolling out. We have an established register. All those persons who are attending a particular school will receive from that school. But this here, we have to do a list. We have to build a list. And then we are depending on organizations like the GRDB, GLDA, NARI, and also farmers to help us to develop this list.
The minister charged the farmers to elect and submit a list of 5 persons from the community to form a group to develop a list of persons who suffered losses and did not receive grants, or those who experienced issues in the distribution process, so that it can be further verified by the relevant authorities.
So within 1 week time from now, we can finish the verification and map up the area.
Meanwhile, the minister said while the country will be receiving revenues from the oil and gas sector, the government will continue to make investments in the other traditional sectors such as agriculture because of its importance.
We don't want to put aside the agriculture sector, because many oil producing countries that put aside the agriculture sector, when the time comes and the oil exhausted, they have to go back there, they have to build back from scratch. And as a government, we recognize the importance of you, the farmers. And I want to work with each and every one of you.
In addition to the cash grant, farmers will receive planting materials, seed paddy, and genetic materials for cash crops, rice, and livestock.